Hi, this is Raina. Thank you for joining me on my crochet channel. In this video, we will crochet the Poppy Raffia bag, and as the name suggests, it's made with raffia ribbon. So this is a nice accessory for your summer outings. It is quick and easy to make. You need to crochet just 3 squares and join them, and then attach a handle. And my bag here measures about 11.5 inches wide and also about 11.5 inches from top to bottom. I use raffia ribbon. This one is 4 millimeters wide. This one skein has 219 yards and it's enough for one bag. Crochet hook is 4.5 millimeters, and I also have this leather handle, and this is 14 inches long. And I make a slip knot. And chain 6. Then slip stitch in a first chain to make a ring. And the first round, we start with the beginning double crochet cluster, so chain 2 and then make 2 double crochet stitch together in a ring, chain 3, and this is the first corner. And now the 3 double crochet cluster, so start the first one, start the second one, and third one. You have 4 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through all of them, chain 2, and next cluster, and then chain 3. This is the next corner. Then next cluster, chain 2, and cluster, chain 3, after next cluster, chain 2. So we make a total of 8 clusters, 6 are made. 2 more, chain 3, this is the last corner, and last cluster, chain 2, and to finish the round, slip stitch in top of that beginning cluster. To start the next round and each next round, slip stitch first in that next 3 chain space, and then we'll do the beginning cluster. 2 chains, and then 2 double crochets together stitch. Then chain 3 for the corner and make regular cluster in the same space. And chain 2. Now in this next 2 chain space, we'll do 3 double crochets. And chain 2. And the corners will be always the same. Make the first cluster, chain 3, and the second cluster in the same space. Then chain 2 and repeat. Here in this next 2 chain space, make 3 double crochets. And 2 chains. And now repeat the corner, and then 2 chains, 3 double crochets, 2 chains. And I finished the round after last 2 chains, slip stitch in top of the beginning cluster. And third round, slip stitch in a chain space, again beginning cluster, 2 chains, 2 double crochets together, three chains, and a cluster with 3 double crochets, and chain 2. And on this round we will do 5 double crochets here. The first one goes in that next 2 chain space, then 1 in each next stitch, and last one in the next chain space. Chain 2 and the corner. First cluster, three chains, and second cluster. Chain 2, and now repeat 5 double crochets. First one in this chain space, then 3, one in each next stitch, and last one in a chain space, and chain 2, and then the corner. And after last 2 chains, again I finished the round with a slip stitch in top of the beginning cluster. And now it starts to repeat. So we first slip stitch in next chain space and do beginning cluster. Chain 3, and then regular 3 double crochet cluster, then chain 2, and here we'll do 7 double crochets. First one goes in a 2 chain space, then 1 in each next 5 stitches, and the last in a chain space, chain 2, and you'll do the corner with 2 clusters and 3 chains between. So now repeat these rounds. After this one with 7 double crochets here, you'll do 2 more. So you have on the next round 9 double crochets, and on the next one 11 double crochets. Fourth round is finished, and I want to mention here that don't worry about that square not being all flat. It's gonna get even more bowl-like after you finish the next 2 rounds, and that is absolutely fine for the bag. You will see once we start attaching the squares. I finished 6 rounds. I'm gonna stretch it a little bit. But again, it's totally okay that it's not all flat. And the last round is just single crochets. So I'm going straight to that next chain space, make 3 single crochets here. Then make 1 single crochet in that next cluster stitch. Then 2 single crochets in that chain space. then 1 in each next stitch. Then 2 single crochets in a 2 chain space, 1 in the next stitch, and 3 in a 3 chain space. And continue 1 in a stitch, 2 in a chain space, and then 1 in each next of these double crochet stitches. I made single crochets all around. I'm going to finish this with a slip stitch. I have one more here to do in that last stitch, and then slip stitch in that first single crochet, and cut off, fasten off, and now make the second square exactly the same, only don't cut off the ribbon. We're going to then continue and attach the 2 squares with slip stitches. And I finished my second square. I'm going to now join the first 2 squares with slip stitches, and this side first. So I didn't cut off the ribbon on that second square. I'm gonna continue with that. Now insert hook through that middle single crochet stitch of that first square, and I'm gonna insert it from front to back through this back loop only, and then I will insert my hook from front to back through back loop of my second square, then yarn over, pull it through all the loops, and again insert hook through the back loop of next stitch on the first square, and then through the back loop of the next stitch on the second square, yarn over, pull it through all the loops. And I'm now here at the corner, and I keep going because I want to attach this second side of both squares as well, and just the same way. And at the next corner I'm going to finish with that last slip stitch in that middle single crochet on both squares. And here I will cut off, fasten off, so I attached two sides. I can now make the third square and then attach that as well. So the third square here, I finished this last single crochet in that cluster stitch. I don't slip stitch in that next single crochet because now I'm going to show you how to attach it here. So first, chain 1, then count third stitch on this square, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make a slip stitch inserting hook from back to front through that stitch. Yarn over, pull it through the stitch and loop and hook. Chain 1. Now I will do slip stitch through the next stitch on that square. Chain 1 and slip stitch through the next stitch on that square. Chain 1, slip stitch through the next stitch on this square. Chain 1 and one more stitch here. Chain 1 and next stitch on this square. And now I'm going to continue with the back loop slip stitch technique. So first I will insert hook through that next stitch. So that's the next square here. And I need to insert it through that same stitch here on this square. And then the next stitch. And I'm here now on the opposite side, and I have one more stitch left here on that bottom square. So I will do one more back loop slip stitch here. And I will also do one slip stitch with the same method into this middle stitch here, and I will insert my hook through that same stitch on this square Then I will do a regular slip stitch here in this stitch. Chain 1, and then through that next stitch on this square, inserting hook from back to front. And chain 1. And then next stitch on this square. So again, this one I'll do inserting hook from front to back. And chain 1. Then next stitch here, and this one from back to front. Chain 1, and next stitch here from front to back. And here I'm finished now. Cut off, fasten off. And now just weave in the ends.